my channel. What do you think of my little plant here? I'm kind of experimenting with backgrounds here, so I added a little plant. Let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions for how to spruce up my space. I don't really have a lot of places in my apartment to film, so I found the only place that's not crazy busy with things, but I thought this little plant would make it look a little bit nicer, so hopefully you agree. So today's video is going to be about how to stay healthy in law school. So I know everyone's gonna say, oh, you're gonna tell me to exercise and eat well. Yes, I am. Being healthy also means having a healthy mind and a healthy soul. So you really have to incorporate habits and activities into your lifestyle and routine that will keep your mind peaceful and your body strong and your soul happy. So I have some tips for you that I have kind of accumulated over my year, my first year of law school. So hopefully they will be helpful to you. If you want to hear my tips on how to stay healthy in law school, then just keep watching. My first tip is going to be what everybody thinks it's going to be. It is exercise. Exercise is super important because it keeps your body healthy. Obviously, it keeps you feeling strong. And for me, the thing that I like the most about it is the feeling of being accomplished. So you can work out at any point in the day. I find working out in the morning to be the most effective for me because if I try to work out later in the day or at night, I will find literally every excuse in the book to not exercise. Because as the day rolls on, you end up feeling like, oh my God, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I still have to do this. And you're gonna sit there and say, okay, I don't have time to exercise. Like, there's no time. I have to do this reading, I have to organize my sock drawer, I have to do literally everything else but exercise. So I find exercising in the morning to be the best because, like, if you have a class at 10 o'clock in the morning, what are you gonna be doing before that? Probably sleeping. And yes, sleep is important, and of course it's also on my list of things to keep you healthy, but if you go to bed a little bit earlier, you can sacrifice that 1 hour of sleep. And I always tell myself in the morning, if I don't want to get up, I'm like, Linnea, in an hour, you're still going to be tired. You're going to feel the exact same way, except you won't have the accomplished feeling that you got up and exercised. So I find working out in the morning to be the best. And like I said, it makes me feel accomplished. Like, before my day has even started, before I've even had my morning coffee, I have exercised. I have done something that makes me feel healthy, makes me feel accomplished. So if the whole rest of the day is a complete waste of time and it just goes all downhill and I suck at life, I at least exercise that morning. It honestly makes a world of difference in how you feel. So tip number 1, exercise. Tip number 2 is to eat well. And it's another thing that's hard in law school because you think, oh, I don't have any time for that. I don't have time to make my own meals or to get all fancy and eat healthy. And of course, you also think, I don't have money for that as a law student. And I tend to think all of these same things. But if you want to be a successful law student and a successful lawyer one day, you have to be alive and you have to be healthy. And in order to do that, you have to put good things in your body. So I think eating healthy is extremely important. There are tons of recipes online that you can find that are super easy and they don't take very long to prepare, that are going to be healthy for you. You can also just pick healthier alternative and saying no to that free pizza that they offer you at lunchtime lectures. I don't know about your schools, but we have a lecture series at Ottawa U Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday where they often offer free food, which is wonderful. Like, try not to turn down free food as much as you possibly can because, let's be honest, free anything is the best, but free food is like ace. So try not to turn it down too much. This is not going to be good for your eating healthy. For my tip for eating healthy, this is kind of countering it, but try not to turn it down too much. But if you have something healthy at home to eat, try not to eat that piece of pizza that they offer you. It really doesn't take that much time to prepare meals, and the cost really isn't that much more. Like, I mind you, I spend probably most of my money on rent and food, but It really doesn't cost that much to eat healthy, and I think it's important. So if you're spending a little bit of extra money to be healthier, you'll be fine. Personally, I only really need to make 2 or 3 meals, and that typically lasts me the whole week, like lunches and dinner. It really doesn't cost that much extra, and even if it does, it's worth it. Tip number 2 is to eat healthy. It's so important, and it makes a world of difference. It will keep you focused, and it will keep you going, and you need it. So eat your vegetables. So another tip is to stay organized. Now, being organized is like probably one of the most important things in law school for sure, but staying organized is also really helpful and important for staying healthy, because if you are organized and you know what you're doing at all times, you know where things are, you're not like running around like a chicken with your head cut off all the time, you will feel less overwhelmed, less stressed out, and that just makes everything else better when you're not freaking out because you forgot something, or you are late with something, or you missed deadlines, or you forgot to do the readings. So stay organized. So tip 3, stay organized. It will make, like every tip I've said so far, it will make a world of difference. So another tip is to do other things besides just law school. So one of the first things they tell you when you come to law school is don't just do law school, and it is very important. I have a really hard time with this one because I get really focused on school and I don't want to do anything else because I'm afraid that I'm going to end up behind in school and not doing as well. But it is extremely important to make sure you're doing other things. It keeps you feeling fulfilled. And when you're fulfilled, you are more motivated, you feel more positive, and it makes everything else easier. So even if you just do it for 1 hour a week, it really makes a difference. So if you like painting, paint away for an hour every Tuesday evening, or volunteer somewhere, or work if you decide to do that to yourself. I don't know. Do whatever you have to do that is not law related. Even just for a short amount of time. Go for a bike ride every once in a while or whatever. Do something that's not related to school because it will keep your mind and soul very, very happy. Another tip I have is to take breaks when you're feeling overwhelmed. So if you are having one of those evenings where you just can't focus, or you're super overwhelmed and stressed out, take a break. Even if it's 5 minutes to go on Instagram. I don't recommend that necessarily as a good break option, but it's better than nothing. Just do something that gets your mind off of school for however long you need. So maybe it's long enough just to do the dishes at night, because that's a nice break, right? Or if it's a half an hour to watch a TV show or something, just take a break when you feel like you need one. I mean, obviously, do not break all the time. You should be working more than breaking. Just let me say that. But take breaks when you need them, because it will keep you feeling rejuvenated and re-energized, and it will keep you ready. It will make a big difference because it will make you'll feel more prepared and more alert and ready to go. So take breaks when you need them. Another tip is to remind yourself why you're there. So, I mean, like, if you got to law school, good on you, because it is so hard. It takes a ton of work and dedication and motivation to get into law school. And so once you're there, remind yourself why you're there, why you wanted to be there, what you did to get there, and be proud of yourself. And that will keep you motivated and driven to do your best and to work hard and to stay positive and to stay on task. Because getting into law school is hard. I mean, it's probably not harder than law school itself, but it's hard. And the fact that you did that, you should be proud of that. So try to remind yourself why you're in law school and use that to keep you motivated and to keep you going during the school year when times are tough. I have 2 more tips for you. So the first one is sleep. Sleep is so underrated. Everybody thinks you can just skip out on sleep all the time, but you can't. Sleep is so important. And if you're lucky enough to be one of those people that only requires a few hours of sleep a night, lucky you, because I'm not one of those people. But honestly, get enough sleep. Like, you don't have to sleep for like 12 hours a day and feel like a princess or anything, but sorry, my apartment makes a lot of weird noises when I'm filming. But make sure you're getting a good amount of sleep. Go to bed at a decent time, and if you're going to get up and exercise in the morning, then make sure you're going to bed a little bit earlier to keep you going. If you are like super exhausted at the end of the night and you're not focusing, if you can, I mean, sometimes you just can't, but if you can, go to bed. Like, just quit what you're doing and go to bed, because you will be better off the next day to start that reading again if you were not focused and not paying attention while you were reading it. And you'll get more from it, and it will just be more helpful in the end. So make sure you're getting enough sleep. If you are the kind of person that takes naps during the day, during school, then do that. Don't nap your whole day away. That's not a good idea, but make sure you get enough sleep, because it keeps you focused, which is the most important thing. When you're in law school, you have to be on basically all the time. Like, when you're in class, you have to be on and focused. You have to be focused when you're reading. You have to be you just have to be on all the time. So in order to do that, you really have to get enough sleep so that you can focus and be energized and ready to go. And it also affects your mood. So if you don't get enough sleep, you're probably going to be pretty depressed and sad, and you're not going to get a heck of a lot done. You're going to be unmotivated and just blah. So getting enough sleep affects everything. I feel like I've said that for every single point that I've made, but it's true. I just have good tips, I guess, but sleep really does affect everything, and it's so important when you have as much to do as you do. And reading is like impossible if you haven't had enough sleep. Like, it will put you to sleep. Some of those cases that you have to read will put you to sleep. So make sure you're getting enough sleep so that your homework doesn't put you to sleep. Or read over a case that you found boring in order to help you fall asleep. Whatever you gotta do. And my final tip is kind of related to things that I've said before, but stay connected to things that are not law related. So people like your family and your friends that have nothing to do with law school. Because when you're in law school and you're seeing the same people every day, doing the same things every day, going to the same places every day, it's super easy to feel like law school is just this bubble. It is this bubble. It really is. But it's super easy to feel like that's your whole world. And it's not. It's not the only thing that's going on in your life. It's maybe not even the most important thing, depending on the situation that you're in. So make sure you stay connected with people who are not related to law school. You need people who can remind you of things going on outside of law school that will keep you motivated and feeling grounded. It's really easy to get sucked in to the law school bubble. So really try to stay connected with those outside of that in order to just keep going. Just remember that there's a whole world outside law school. So that is my final tip. If you have any of your own tips that keep you going, leave them in the comments below, because I would definitely love to hear any tips that you have that will help me get through my next 2 years of law school. I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope you got some good ideas. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe to my channel for more videos. So thanks for watching. I will see you in my next video, and stay healthy. Bye!